Hello there, lads and lassies. Welcome to Scottish Geeks. My name is Derek, and I have no idea what that head twitch thing was about. It's just one of those weird things that happens from time to time. Okay, first, foremost, and most importantly, I'd just like to say thank you to the three people who are donating right now to my Patreon account. That is Bob Arp, Chadito's Way, and Leslie1266. And as a way of me saying thank you to you, I put a little token of my appreciation onto it for the patrons only, so you guys got to get in there quick. I had a couple of spare game keys out there, so I'll put one of them out there. First come, first served. And yeah, so thank you guys. You guys are wonderful. Even $1 a month is perfect, you know. That's all it takes. Anyway, so yes, moving on. Okay, big news that's happening just now is basically that the big news system is completely going after YouTube. We really don't understand why that is. And when I say big news system, I'm not talking about the entirety of the media. Newspapers seem to be the one that are doing it the most. No radio things, no television things. Radio and television, they're kind of like with us, you know, they're not against us, but the newspapers really are having a go at us. Now, I don't just mean newspapers, magazines, things like that. Print, media, print is going after YouTube. And it's bizarre. It's bizarre to me because if any of you know anything about like YouTube and sort of news and print and stuff like that, is that YouTubers don't go after news outlets. We don't. We have our own thing. News have their own thing. They deal with the world. We deal with personal stuff. You know, we deal with electronics, video games, stuff that's happening on YouTube. There are a couple of news outlet ones out there, but they're really not much of a big challenge to any of the big news companies out there. So why, oh why, are the news companies coming after us? I mean, all it's doing is hurting them. I mean, seriously, some of this stuff is nonsensical. I mean, like the Wall Street Journal going after PewDiePie, and then there's a recent one as well that was brought to my attention by Eviscerator MK2 on my Twitter. It was a guy who showed that a stab-proof vest that he'd bought was not actually stab-proof, and the Daily Mail, or was it the Mail on Sunday, one of them anyway, said that he was assisting terrorists, Google blood money and everything like that. I mean, what the hell is that all about? Did they actually watch the video? I don't think these folk really know what they're getting into. I mean, apart from the fact that they're now trying to take away like advertising revenue from YouTubers and stuff like that. There's big companies out there like Coca-Cola and stuff like that. Let me tell you something about adverts, okay? I watch adverts sometimes because, you know, it's revenue for other YouTubers, etc. But it does not entice me to buy things. When I was a kid, it would have enticed me to buy something, you know, like, oh my god, Coca-Cola, I must have that. And like I'm wearing a Coca-Cola t-shirt just now just because it's comfy. But the problem that these advertising agencies don't realise is adults already know what they want. And occasionally we'll see an advert of something that's coming out and it's like, oh, I didn't know about that, I might want that. But you're not advertising to adults anymore. You're advertising to kids, teens, and young adults. Not as old fogies and things like that. And where do kids, teens, and young adults go? Shocking horror. YouTube. They go to YouTube on a daily basis. You remove your advertising from that, you're removing your ability to show that generation just what you're going for. Because that generation doesn't look at newspapers. That generation doesn't, you know, watch TV in a traditional sense. It's like Netflix and stuff like that, you know? Nobody sits around the television anymore and sits through adverts, you know, because we've got like pre-recorded television and things like that, so that's what we use. Anyway, so yeah, I think the whole thing about the advertising being removed from YouTube is an absolute farce. And I also think that the newspapers really need to step up and actually start doing some actual reporting instead of this shock schlock media nonsense that they've got going on just now. Did I even breathe during that? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I've just been to the hospital today and got my INR done, so I just need to rip this thing off. That's my blood bandage. My bloods were at 4.2 today, which is ultra thin. It shouldn't be that thin, so I'm going to have to go down with warfarin a little bit. Oh, goody. So I've got to go back into the hospital next week. God, my arm hurts today. So yeah, 4.2 is bad. My blood should be at 2.5. If you're a normal, healthy human being, like I'm assuming the majority of you are, your INR level should be about 1. But because I'm susceptible to blood clots, my INR should be at 2.5. 1 is far too thick for me. far too thick. Chew up that blood and give it to me in a milkshake instead. No, wait, that's wrong. That's completely weird. Yeah, anyway, so a couple of big things happening this month. We've got Bendy and the Ink Machine coming out, part 2. Well, chapter 2. Can we call it part 2? Chapter 2? I don't know. Chapter 2 is coming out, and also Outlast 2. So I put up a poll on Twitter last night saying, which one are you excited for? Bendy the Ink Machine or Outlast? Or both? Or neither? And there's a resounding success for Bendy the Ink Machine at the moment, since the Meatly actually shared it. And wow, there's a lot of people voting on it. So if you want to go and vote on that yourself, just go to Twitter and either go and check the Meatly out because he's reposted it, or check me out at ScottishGeeks. That's how I advertise my social media accounts and things like that. Anyway, so this isn't really going to be that long of a vlog today. I'm planning on doing another one tomorrow. So I'm going to talk about some more interesting and relevant stuff to everything that's going on these days. So I'm going to cut this one short for just now, but thank you guys so much for watching. I thank you again to my three patrons. Three patrons. I need to get used to this terminology. Bob Archer, Dita's Way, and Leslie1266. Guys, you are awesome. And like I said, there's a little present for you waiting when you go and visit the site again. And if any of you else want to donate to my Patreon account, there's always a link to it in the description, and one up in the corner up there somewhere, and a little eye symbol. Yeah. Why am I using my hands so much these days? Anyway, yeah, right, okay, moving on. No, I've already done the moving on part. My brain has exploded. Anyway, guys, I'm going to catch you next time, so please don't forget to subscribe. Share the videos with your friends. Please do support and subscribe to my gaming channel. We need to get those view counts going up because it's really dropped over the last week or so. And I really want to start building those up and getting like 100 views on every single video. Whether that happens or not doesn't really matter. I'll still continue to make videos anyway. But anyway, go subscribe now. Do it now. I'll wait. I won't wait that long. Catch you next time. Bye bye.